Belay now pointing to Kipchoge as finally Kipchoge has a chance to have somebody ahead, but now because they're all trying to maneuver through traffic and get to their fluid station, becomes a little bit of cross traffic for everyone to find the right table at the right time.
Nobody's made a definitive move right now, and interestingly, Gabriel Gay looked like he was going to take the lead and go push. He has been, we should talk about him a little bit, from Tanzania, bigger, taller than some of the other athletes, and there you see he just grabbed some water up there and checked everything out. He has shown some inconsistency in the past as far as performances and what he has achieved. However, his last race was a stunner, which was done on the very fast course in Valencia. That's a good camera angle. You get an idea of how fast they're moving, and he's decided to put on a surge here. So the race in some ways has broken out just a bit. Eliud Kipchoge, the god of running, the king of running, doing back here, losing some ground to the other middle pack guys. He should be up there with those guys. This is a bit of a shock.
And a better look at it from now in the front. Gay has now been joined by a number of those athletes, including Benson Kipruto, the reigning Chicago champion, and the Boston champion from 2021, Evans Chibet, the current champion, reigning champion of the Boston Marathon, who also took to look over his shoulder. And I think not only are we surprised, Larry, but the rest of the field is surprised.
Let me tell you, the entire world of track and field, if they follow it, running and distance running and marathons a lot, at this moment, if they're watching, are shocked. I don't have any reasons. All the homework I've done and Paul's done, we are unable to see any weakness in anything that had been going on. He just did the same thing. He went home on weekends. That assignment that he takes with his coach that they agreed to, he went to this camp for 12 weeks. He's always gone for 12 weeks. The training has gone well. I never saw in Patrick Sang in chatting with him at length, any reason to feel that things were not copacetic for him right now. And look at this, there is something the matter at the moment here with Eliud Kipchoge.
And there is a training assignment in their area known as Boston, because they can replicate some of those hills as part of his regular training. He chose not to run this course at all in preparations for this race, and now he is losing by every stride contact with the leaders.
This is a wow. The man who has been a god at the sport for so long and gives of himself to diabetes programs and works with children and offers scholarships in his town is just struggling for the first time that I can ever remember seeing it. We're talking about a man who's won nothing but world marathon majors going back over the last 7 or 8 years, and that is the highest pinnacle to do. And I am surprised by this, coming through the Newton Hills.
Usually almost a guaranteed win for Eliud Kipchoge each and every time he toes the line in a major marathon. The last loss he had was in London in 2000. That, if you remember, was the race in which they did it in a loop in and around Buckingham Palace. He said he was dealing with a issue with some clogging in his ear that made him unable to perform at what he felt was the level in which he was used to, which is being in front. And this head-on really doesn't do it justice, Larry, as he is now well back at this lead group of 5 with Gay, Evans Chibet, Benson Kipruto, John Career, and Andualam Belay of Ethiopia.
Of his last 14 major races, this is Kipchoge that I'm talking about, he only finished really second twice or worse. He was 8th in an earlier race going back to 2021, but he's got 12 world marathon races that he has been in first place. So it is almost unheard of to see what you're seeing on your screen right now. 12 seconds behind this group, and he's lost all of that in about the last 1,200 meters of this race.
And we have mentioned several times that Evans Chibet and Benson Kipruto, two men who have won this race before in that lead group of 5, are training partners.